Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to another Love Wisdom Facebook Live video and my YouTube channel if you're watching it on YouTube. I wanted to talk about the joy vibration. There's been so much fluctuation this month. First of all, I'm Monica Bermudez, and I'm an intuitive self-love energy healer and a light language channeler. And I just wanted to hop on here because this month of January, it feels like it has moved on so fast that I almost didn't feel it. We're towards the end of the month. Today is Friday, January 29th, and it's been a bit of the energy up and down. There's been some low moments, some very intense, heavy energies, as well as, some energies that go up as well. So a lot of this, is influenced by the stars and the astrological planets and the systems that gravitate around the earth, and they all do have an influence on us and in our life individually as well as collectively. And those who are very empathetic to energies will feel also the collective energy. So there may be some points where you may feel low or you may feel high, energy high. And that's okay because, those times when you're feeling a bit low, that just means that you just need some rest for that time. And so I want to talk how joy vibration can assist with also shifting some of that low vibrational. So I had, first called it shifting the yuckiness to joy. Because, sometimes it does feel yucky and messy and uncomfortable and just chaotic and confusing. And that's kind of how the energy's been. This week has been a very intense full moon energy of the wolf. It's the first one for 2021. So there's definitely a lot of energies around that, as well as other planets in play like Jupiter and Uranus and Saturn. And it's all in the Aquarius, the sign of Aquarius. And so we are like shifting the old patterns. And as we're shifting them, there's a bit of resistance as well. That some of these old patterns just get into this comfort zone. And so then your soul wants to move forward on this path that is right for you. Because this is part of your own soul contract and agreement. And so as trying to move into this new way of being, the old structures are so comfortable in their own comfort zone that they just don't want to move. And so it's uncomfortable, having to make that change. This weekend, we're going to jump into a Mercury retrograde, which means that it's a time for review, retrospection, and renewal, rest, and it's gonna last for about 3 weeks. So it's a great opportunity to take advantage of that time to go within to review all present and past relationships and where it's all heading in your future. So it's not just relationships, of course, it could be for anything in your life, right? But if you're so focused, on receiving a new divine, healthy, loving partner, then it's the time for that space, that energy space, to assist you with all that review and reassessment and learn from past relationships and what they've taught you, what has helped you in growth and moving forward. And that will help you redefine what it is that you're looking for in your new partnership, your new healthy, loving relationship. So, speaking of being in this age of Aquarius time frame, there's going to be so much more expansion also in the world of science, because science is now getting very creative, and there's this energy of creativity that is just amplified for this year. And so I've been feeling a lot of this, and I've noticed how much more evidence and material there is from the science world, where scientists are also waking up and discovering how much more we are capable as humans. And also recognizing ancient civilizations like Lemuria and Atlantis and other ancient civilizations not known yet that had this knowledge already. And so they are just rediscovering this information that was already known. So they're seeing that it's, a lot of history books say that back in really ancient times, most of humans were primitive, but it's not the case. There were a lot of ancient information that got lost in time, but it's just now being resurfaced again and being shown the truth to humanity. And so I was watching this documentary, for example. It's called Spiritual Awakening. It just came out. It's in the Amazon Prime if you have it. And they're talking about how scientists are literally saying that matter and physical world and all that is an illusion. And the reason why it's an illusion is because when you split an atom and keep splitting it, just turns into, they just end up in this area of energy. So we are all energy. Like literally, we are walking, matter of energy. So, this reminded me as well of the movie that came out in the late 90s called The Matrix. And it's a fictional sci-fi, science fiction type movie. And if you haven't seen it, I'll just briefly tell you that it's about this robotic simulation environment that the humans find themselves in. And so, nobody is, everybody is asleep. In other words, it's in this world of a sleep state. And they are just hooked up to this massive, huge simulated program computer that the robots had designed in this future. And so when Neo, who is the main actor, the main character in this, is awakened or woken up, he then sees this truth and this reality of this other world that they had been asleep. And so he finds himself in this waking state. So his eyes are like wide awake, and then he realized how much the world is an illusion. So in a way, that's how we are in most cases with the humans, that the veil is over our eyes, and that there is more truth to what it is than, the human form that we're in at this time. And so where all this is heading, that the point that I'm making, talking about the science and talking about relationships and the astrology, is that it's all interconnected with this energy of joy. Because joy is the highest vibrational energy of frequency. Joy is an aspect of love. It's in a state of being in this vibrational state of love in action. And so in order to help you shift any grief or any lower vibrational, it is best to shift into this vibrational state of joy, because it is energy. So, going back to the documentary, and what they're discovering is that how fully powerful our human body is, that we could shift into complete bodies of light. And so I recommend it. It's just really fascinating, everything that they talk about in there. It's an eye-opener. It's a wake-up call for so many, and we've had a lot of these wake-up calls starting in 2020, and there's going to be more of that in this year as more evidence and more truth is being revealed. And we'll start to see more of the science being interweaved into everything that we do, that is metaphysical, that is spiritual, that is, esoteric, and that has been hidden, is going to be revealed. Because when there is greater light and greater energy being shined, that is when more truths are being revealed. And so that's, a very important thing to keep in mind when you're getting in a state of this joy vibration. And of course, I'll share with you some of the benefits and some of the techniques to help you shift into this state, and, a little further into this video. And so I was just wanted to share how much, the science is being interwoven in all the healing modalities and techniques, and it's even interwoven into the science as well. And we'll see more of the science coming together with it in astrology and math and all those things, because numerology and everything is so interconnected. And the ancients just knew that so well. And so we're coming back into this state of unity where all of that will be interwoven and brought together. It's almost like I'm being shown a visual of this cobweb where everything is interconnected in this huge cosmic spider web. Is the way I'm seeing it visually right now. It just makes me giggle a little bit. So here's the benefits to being in this joy vibration, right? First of all, it is regenerative, and it does make you look younger than what your age is. And it also, expands the heart. It makes you healthier, of course. And it brings in, more health benefits for the heart and the whole body. It brings in, it's an ability that can also metamorph, and is so transformative that, it can shift even your own environment and shift everything in your whole body. And it makes you super magnetic for attracting more of that joy vibration and those, around you who resonate with that joy vibration as well. And so it could just really shift any lower dense energy into this higher vibration. And I know that it may be challenging, especially if you've just gone through some grief or some pain, emotional pain that you may be going through. Or you may find yourself in a really tough situation that it's just hard to really jump into that joy state. So I just want to share like 3 sacred tips to help you get into that state of joy. And, one of these little fast remedies of energy boost, in other words, to help you. So number 1, dancing helps get you in that state, because dancing is a vibrational energy that it can just move the energy around your body, around the cells, and every aspect of your entire being. Going back to what the scientists are finding is that, matter is, pure energy, and that there's still so many unknowns yet the science hasn't really fully discovered, because they don't have all the tools yet to really explore deeper into it. But they're becoming aware that there is much more to the human cell and the human body than they are physically seeing with the instruments that they have at hand to study it. But I do feel that they are getting there. For example, they were saying there's about 97% of the DNA that is still unknown, that they consider to be junk DNA. And so a lot of that's going to be revealed and exposed into further knowledge as the scientists start to get more creative and smarter with their source of information. And then, also medicine will start to advance in that regards. As science gets creative, so does the medicine and the technology that we use, because then it starts to become more beneficial for all of us and beneficial for humanity and the whole. So going back to the number 2 to help you get into that joy vibration is to spend time with people who also uplift you and share, bring joy to you and just help you stay in that joy vibration. And so the last one is that I recommend doing Laugh Yoga. Is an actual yoga practice where they do a lot of yoga with this. So it kind of ties in with number 2, right? So the main thing is to just be surrounded by this energy of joy because joy is also contagious. So just laughing, can also uplift you into this joy vibration. So just, remember that, as scientists would say, that everything is an illusion, and that really, we can shift the energy. We have this power in us to do that. And we have so much more in us. We are multidimensional beings. So there are other dimensional worlds of energy that we haven't fully explored. There's still so many things not yet so visible to, the physical eye. But in your heart, in our heart, we know that there is much more to this physical world. Because when we get into the spiritual world, into the world of this energy, there is much more power in that. And we can harness that power into our physical reality and shift our own reality and create a whole new manifestation of what, we're living in at the moment. Because we are a source of its own creation and creativity and manifestation. So I would love to hear from others what they do, what is it that brings them joy, what is it that brings you joy, and I would love to hear your comments below. And so just sharing is also contagious. Sharing what you love, what brings you joy, is also contagious to everybody else, and it will just fill up the whole group with joy and just hearing it. So I would love to hear from you on that. And if you do find yourself struggling with it, as we're talking about it here in this message, please, reach out to me privately. I have my website link, and you could find me there, or my email, and, ways to contact me. And I look forward to connecting with you in that way and helping you and supporting you in your needs. So because joy is our birthright, and we are meant to live in joy. So you can shift that yuckiness feeling into this joy vibration. And it definitely does amplify your relationships. It deepens and even, more love, wisdom with those who you connect with. And attracting, healthier relationships with a healthy partner in your life, because you deserve that, and you deserve to have an open heart with this joy vibration. So I welcome your feedback and your comments below, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next Love Wisdom video. Sending you so much love and blessings. Enjoy the weekend, enjoy the energies, and just be joyful.